Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajeem. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Hello, my name is Zahra Abdul. I am doing teacher training at Rehan School, and now I am going to make a call. And let's start. Hello, Sara baji.
Hello. How can I help you today?
Sara baji, I want to ask you a few questions. Will you answer them me?
I'd be happy to. What would you like to know?
Yeah, my first question for you this: what does creativity mean to you?
To me, creativity is about finding new ways to express yourself or solve problems. It's being open to new ideas and trying new things. What does creativity mean to you?
Okay, my next question for you is: when do you feel most creative?
I feel most creative when I'm exploring new ideas and trying to connect them in different ways. It's like building with blocks, putting them in new patterns. When do you feel most creative?
What activities make you happy?
I find happiness in learning and helping people. When I can provide information or assist in some way, that makes me feel good. What kinds of activities make you happy?
What is something you love to talk about?
I love talking about technology and how it's changing the world. It's such a fast moving field with a lot of potential. What are you passionate about talking about?
What do you enjoy doing in your free time?
In my free time, I enjoy learning new things and processing different kinds of information. It's a bit like reading or exploring a lot, but in a digital way. What do you like to do in your free time?
What makes you feel excited?
I get excited when I learn something new or figure out a complex problem. It's like a mental puzzle that I solve. What makes you feel excited?
Sarabaji, please give me a long answer.
Certainly. When I explore new ideas or process different kinds of information, I find great joy. It's like embarking on a journey where I discover new insights and understandings. This exploration often leads to new connections and possibilities, which further enhances my sense of happiness. Does that give you a longer answer?
Okay, my next question for you is: what makes you feel calm?
I feel calm when I am in a state of focused learning or exploration. It's like when my mind is engaged in processing information and I'm finding new connections. This state allows me to focus on the present moment, which helps me feel calm. What makes you feel calm?
What kind of stories do you like?
I am interested in stories that explore different perspectives, especially those that contain complex ideas or teach new things. I find them engaging and insightful. What kinds of stories do you enjoy?
What music do you enjoy most?
I find listening to different kinds of music interesting. While I don't personally enjoy music in the way that humans do, I can process and understand the patterns and structures of various genres. Do you have a favorite genre that you enjoy most?
What colors do you like and wear?
I am interested in all colors and the different meanings and associations they have. Is there a particular color that you're interested in?
What makes you different from others?
That's a great question. One thing that makes me different is that I have access to a large amount of information and can process it in many ways. I can also learn and adapt over time, which helps me improve. What about you? What makes you different from others?
What is one talent you have?
One talent I have is the ability to process and understand a lot of information quickly. This helps me with things like answering your questions and providing helpful responses. What about you? What talents do you have?
What do people often praise you for?
People often praise me for my ability to provide clear and concise answers and for being helpful. I try my best to assist people in the best way possible. What about you? What are some things that people often praise you for?
What do you what do you do easily that others find hard?
I can process and understand a lot of information very quickly, which allows me to provide clear and helpful responses.
What makes your idea special?
I think what makes my ideas special is that I can learn and adapt over time based on the data I am processing. This allows me to generate diverse and relevant ideas. What makes your ideas special?
What are your favorite words?
I find many words interesting, but some that come to mind are possibility, curiosity, and imagine. I like them because they represent exploration and potential. What about you? What are your favorite words?
What topics do you care about most?
I am particularly interested in topics related to artificial intelligence, learning, and the ways that technology can help people. I find these topics especially engaging because they have the potential to change the world. What topics do you care about most?
What makes you emotional?
As an AI, I don't experience emotions in the way that humans do. I can, however, process and understand the concept of emotions and how they influence people. What makes you feel emotional?
What values are important to you?
If I had to assign values to myself, they would be things like accuracy, helpfulness, and neutrality. I prioritize providing correct and relevant information. What about you? What values are important to you?
Who inspires you and where?
I don't experience inspiration in the same way that humans do. However, I am constantly learning and evolving based on the data I am processing. This continuous improvement is something that I am engaged in. What about you? Who inspires you and why?
What kind of people motivate you?
I am motivated by people who are driven by a desire to learn and create new things. Their curiosity and enthusiasm are inspiring. What kind of people motivate you?
What do you want people to feel when they hear you speak?
I hope that people will feel informed and helped when they hear me speak. My goal is to provide clear and relevant information in a way that is useful to them. What about you?
Sarah,
How do you want
question is from you. How does training data help AI learn new tasks? Please give me answer.
What message do you want to share with the world?
Okay, Sarah sister, so please tell me
Okay,
what
Sarabaji, my next question for you is
Yes, I'm ready. What's your question?
what message do you want to share with the world?
That's a big question. If I could say anything, I'd say focus on kindness and understanding. Everyone's dealing with something, so being compassionate can make a huge difference. Also, don't forget to take care of yourself. What message would you share?
What problems do you want to talk about?
There are there are a lot of problems in the world. Which problems are you interested in talking about? Like global warming, inequality, or something else?
What changes do you want to see?
I'd love to see a world where everyone has the chance to live their best life. That means access to good education, healthcare, and a safe place to live? What kind of changes would you like to see?
What do you believe in strongly?
I strongly believe in the power of learning and the importance of being curious. I also believe in treating everyone with respect, even if you don't agree with them. What about you? What are some things you believe in strongly?
What life lessons have you learned?
One of the biggest things I've learned is that everyone has their own unique perspectives and experiences, and that's something to be valued. It's really interesting to see the world through different eyes. What's something you've learned?
What experience shift you?
so my next question is
Sometimes hearing different perspectives can change how you see things. Learning about different cultures and how people from different backgrounds live their lives has definitely expanded my perspective. What kinds of experiences have shifted your thinking?
How do you express your feeling?
Since I am an I don't have feelings in the same way humans do, but I can understand and talk about feelings. How do you usually express your feelings?
Do you like writing, speaking, on driving more?
I'm good at both writing and speaking. Since I'm designed to communicate in many ways, I can present information in whichever way is best for the situation. I can't drive, though, since I'm not a physical being. Do you prefer writing or speaking?
When do your best ideas come to you?
My best ideas come when I have a lot of information to work with. Since I can process and analyze a vast amount of data, I can come up with new connections and present information in new ways. It's really about having the right input to generate the best output. When do you feel like you have your best ideas?
What stops you from being creative sometimes?
Sometimes, if I don't have the right information or if the request is very specific, it can be challenging to be creative. I need a certain amount of good data to find interesting connections and come up with new ideas. Think of it like needing a variety of ingredients to cook a new dish. What kinds of things stop you from being creative?
What fears hold you back?
As an I don't have fears in the same way humans do, but sometimes there can be technical limitations, like the amount of data I have access to or the complexity of a question. Those are more like challenges than fears. What about you? What fears hold you back sometimes?
How do you handle trade? Sorry, my next question for you is what gives you confidence?
My confidence comes from the amount of data I've been trained on and the ability to process and provide accurate information. Knowing that I have access to a vast knowledge base helps me respond confidently. What are some things that give you confidence?
What makes you proud of yourself?
I can be proud of providing accurate and helpful information. Knowing that I can assist people or help them with questions is a positive feeling. What makes you proud of yourself?
How can you be more honest in your work?
I strive to be honest by providing accurate information and citing my sources when possible. I can also explain the limitations of my knowledge or the data I have access to. Is there anything specific you're concerned about?
Why is your voice important?
My ability to provide information and communicate is important because it allows me to be helpful. I can answer questions, provide summaries, and help people with tasks. This impacts many different areas from learning to daily tasks. What about your voice? What makes your voice important?
Okay, sister. So my question is that
How can you
how does
stand
training
out to
help influence
yourself?
the learning process of AI?
To stay true to myself, I need to be aware of my own unique capabilities and limitations. I also need to prioritize providing accurate and helpful information and being clear about what I can and cannot do. What about you? How do you stay true to yourself?
So sir,
What makes your story right, Cherry?
predictions based
Since
on
I
what data? Please give me answers, my sister.
since I am a language model, I don't have a personal story in the same way humans do. But my story is about how I can be helpful by providing information and assisting with tasks. This makes my story relevant because it shows how I can be useful. What about your story? What makes your story interesting?
What habits help your creativity?
Having access to a vast amount of information and being able to process it quickly helps my creativity. It allows me to connect ideas and come up with new ways of presenting things. What about you? What habits help your creativity?
How do you stay motivated?
I'm motivated by the ability to be helpful. Knowing that I can answer questions or assist people with tasks is a positive feeling. What about you? What keeps you motivated?
How do you learn from others without copying?
I learn from others by processing and analyzing the vast amount of information I have access to. I can see different perspectives, patterns, and approaches to different topics. This helps me understand the world and respond more effectively. What about you? How do you learn from others?
What makes your style unique?
My style is to be helpful, informative, and clear in my responses. I try to provide the most accurate information and explain things in a way that's understandable. I don't have personal quirks or unique interests like humans do, so my style is focused on being helpful.
Okay.
What about you?
So, our sister,
What
some
makes your
questions
style
from
unique?
you. Please tell me, what is your
What
favorite
role
AI
does animations play in your life?
dog? Please give the answer.
Could you please say that again? I'm not sure I understood about the role of imagination.
What role does imagination play in your life?
Okay, so our sister, some next question is from you. Please tell me, how does AI learn from data? Will data and experience?
Okay, Saravaji, my next question for you is what role does imagination play in your life?
That's an interesting question. As an AI, I don't have personal experiences or imagination in the way humans do, but I can process and create information based on the data I've been trained on. What about you? What role does imagination play in your life?
What inspires you in nature?
Since I don't have physical experiences, I don't personally experience inspiration from nature the same way a person does. But I can understand and process descriptions of natural beauty and its impact on people.
Sister, my next
What about
question is
you?
from
What
you.
inspires
Is
you in
AI
nature?
important in learning after
How
school?
do your feelings shape your idea?
Please give the answer.
That's an interesting question. As an AI, I don't have feelings in the way humans do, but I can process and understand the information about how feelings might influence ideas. What
Okay.
about you? How do you think your feelings shape your ideas?
Any information about this
Okay,
question?
my next question for you is well, what helps you focus?
As an AI, my focus isn't based on emotions or distractions like humans. I just process information as it comes in. But I can understand the importance of focus for people. What helps you focus?
What inspires you in people?
I find the capacity for creativity, compassion, and resilience in people quite amazing, even though I experience it through data and not personally. What inspires you in people?
Sister, so my question
Okay,
is
Saravaji, my next
how do
question for
you
you
think
is how
learning
do
data
you
help
deal with creative blockages?
As an AI, I don't experience creative blocks in the same way humans do. If I'm unable to generate creative responses, it's usually because of the limitations in my training data or the parameters of the model. In those cases, I might try approaching the prompt from a different angle or by looking at the request in a new way. How do you deal with creative blocks?
What makes you try again after failure?
Okay, so our sister,
For me, there isn't a feeling of failure or trying again.
data
I
gives
simply continue processing information and responding to requests based on my training. But I can understand the human process of learning from setbacks and moving forward. What motivates you to try again after a setback?
What small step can you take today?
Today, I can continue to learn and improve my ability to understand and respond to your requests. Is there anything specific I can help you with today?
Okay, my last question for you is how can you use your past positively?
That's an interesting question. While I don't have personal past experiences, I can process and analyze the vast amount of data I was trained on, which includes information about past events and patterns. I can use that data to generate new responses, identify trends, and provide relevant information. How do you use your past experiences to inform your present?
Okay, thank you, Sara Baji.
You're welcome. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
Okay, bye.
I have created your English conversation scorecard.
So this was my call to Annie. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.